oh man, the stock market is blazing hot. Good afternoon, coffee cheers to everyone. Hold on one second. Just had to down some black glorious coffee. Okay, so what you're seeing on the screen is my YouTube public profile for this YouTube channel. And in the past 6 months now, I've bought a tremendous amount of stock. If you've been following me along, been posting my buys, not to mention my slur of words on YouTube here. So if you are new, welcome to, well, we are just getting started, but people are really starting to FOMO back into the market, which the time to buy was realistically months ago. Even 2 weeks ago was the time. I mean, honestly, today is really the time to buy for a lot of these stocks because they are on a upward move. But the reality about it is that these stocks, they recover very quickly. And I'm going to get to why that really is, because a lot of it has to do with technical analysis. Yes, going to the charts. I am a technical analysis trader, investor. I know how to day trade. I have day traded before, and I know how to read charts very, very well. So I'll get to that momentarily, but like I said, if you're new here, welcome. Please smash the like button, which is completely free. Subscribe for more content, especially if you are a fintech bull, SoFi bull like me. If you are a semi-bull, AMD bull. If you want educational, non-financial advice, because I do talk a lot of why really these companies are phenomenal companies, growth companies. And I also break down fundamental analysis too. I cover a lot in videos how to actually do fundamental analysis, which is very simple because 2026, you can just have AI do it for you. So let's definitely get some more subscribers going on this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is relatively new. My main YouTube channel, Nightmare RH, I'm going to be advertising this channel probably in the next coming months. So for anyone watching on here, we're probably going to be getting a bunch of knuckleheads coming over here. Probably a lot of people that really don't understand the market, because there are a lot of people that think the stock market is a joke, but yet myself and so many other people have made life-changing money, right? So is it really a joke, or does it better your life to really do the opposite of what so many people do? So many people turned off everything in the stock market in the last couple months, and I've been buying the dip. The amount of buys that I've done in the last 6 months now has been over 60 grand hard cash. Yes, it is the time to buy great, phenomenal companies. So I picked up so many shares from so many beaten down stocks, all the way from every single thing you're seeing on the screen. AMD, SoFi Hood, Adobe, Palantir, Meta, PayPal too a little bit. And even Oracle, I started buying some shares and I'm up like tremendously. Obviously, there are a lot of risk factors still out there, and understand that everything comes with risk. But what is really gearing this like FOMO right now that's pretty much like really happening? Why is there a tremendous amount of like fear of missing out? Well, if you go ahead and ask Google, or Google AI, I should say, you're going to get like a wide different variety of answers. You're going to get answers from different people on Wall Street. Tom Lee is a very well-known bull on Wall Street. He's on CNBC all the time, and he'll basically go ahead and say that, hey, there's really no other place to put money right now. And he's talking about very much like very upper, like wealthy people. I'm not a big Wall Streeter. I'm an average Joe, an average retail investor and trader. And I'm assuming people watching me on these videos are in the same boat as me, right? Very upper six-figure lifestyle is pretty much like my 37-year-old life. Okay, I'm not, and by all means, there are people on YouTube with a profile of over 8 figures. They don't even move the market, okay? understand, like, when I'm saying big Wall Streeters, I'm talking about like very big hedge funds, because yeah, like there were a tremendous amount of very large hedge funds selling off SoFi, AMD, Hood, Adobe, Palantir, Meta, PayPal, Oracle in the last 6 months. And now all the big financial institutions, hedge funds have all this cash on the sidelines. And the biggest thing about it is where are you going to put all that money? Okay? That's one of the biggest issues that is really happening right now, and that's something that Tom Lee has really stated repetitively. Where is all this money going to go? Are you just going to keep it on the sidelines, or are you going to, invest that money? So that's one of the reasons why I really feel a lot of the institutions are really buying up these risk-on speculative, assets again. But basically, pretty much geopolitical relief. We're not getting any tension back from Iran, such as a retaliation, kind of strike, buy the dip sentiment. J.P. Morgan, JPM, Jamie Dimon, the CEO of the largest bank in the world, Water Cheers, has pretty much stated that pretty much we're headed towards a nice V-shaped recovery in the market. Have we already recovered the V-shape? I'll get to that momentarily. Earning enthusiasm, yeah. I actually said this back in December. I was half right and half wrong. Back in December, I said we're going to have a nasty January, and then we're going to get pulled out of the nasty January by earnings. I was wrong, but I was right about the nasty January, but I was also wrong about earnings. Obviously, it's for Q1 of 2026. I do believe that we are going to rally into the summer, into the midterms, maybe have a nasty, like, December again, kind of like last year. It's kind of crazy. This year is a lesser, of a downfall than Liberation Day last year. But we could very well have, like, a very big rip throughout the summer again. Tech sector strength, very true. Bond yield stabilizing. A new Fed governor. The data is really showing that high oil is not really affecting the economy like it did back during the 70s. And that just really shows that in the last 50 years, we've really moved tremendously. So I do want to talk about primarily SoFi and Robinhood in this video. If you are a SoFi shareholder, congratulations, because this stock it's the argument is not, is SoFi going to go back to $32 all-time high? It's the argument of when, okay? Even the bears acknowledge that. So it's obviously you got the perma, RTARD bears that are going to say SoFi is not a disruptor company. SoFi is going to go bankrupt, and they believe the Poopy Water short report, aka Muddy Waters, that came out against them. So many bears make the argument, yes, SoFi is going to return to $30, but it's going to take them years. Okay, like, that is the big argument right now. It's not, is SoFi going to get to $30? SoFi is going to get back to $32. It's all about when. I'm still extremely bullish for the second half of this year. If we go on a tear in the market, yeah, SoFi could very well close in the 40s. Maybe depending on how much of a tear it is, like, let's say hypothetically everything clears up in the Middle East. Maybe even stuff clears up in Europe finally, which would be really nice. And maybe we just, really focus on the economy. And maybe stuff does come, to actually tuition about what the Trump administration is saying about the golden era of America. Maybe we don't fall short into a recession. Maybe we're coming out of a rolling recession. Something like SoFi could utterly fly. Because once you get past all-time highs, there's nothing stopping you. There is no resistance. It's going to be, let's see and figure out. That's what it's going to be. That has happened to Robinhood and also Palantir. So I want to go ahead and touch on SoFi first, then I'll get to Robinhood. But I do want to go over this very quickly because this is actually a very technical analysis. Not to mention tomorrow we do have Netflix. A lot of people are very excited for this earnings because Netflix tends to really sway the market, and the way it sways the market is honestly if like you have like so many. Think of it this way: if people are canceling their Netflix subscription, which is like $20 a month now, to really save money, there's a very big problem. Okay. Netflix does sway the market, giving a lot of consumer data. So a lot of people are really looking forward to pretty much those earnings. Now, something that is very technical analysis basis, that a lot of investors don't really talk about because they may not either believe technical analysis, moving averages, or they just don't want to really acknowledge it. But it's very important to understand support and resistance. And it's very important to understand a falling dagger, falling knife, a waterfall of just very bloodiness, okay? You see this on the screen right here when SoFi fell off a cliff, okay? You see this when pretty much Robinhood also fell off a cliff here. So there was a tremendous amount of selling pressure. And I kid you not, when you have stocks that literally fall off a cliff like this, their move to the upside is just as aggressive. I know that sounds utterly crazy, but that is the way it works. Okay, I can show you chart after chart after chart after chart after chart after chart. I want to find a really nasty drawdown here. Actually, Liberation Day last year. Liberation Day. You see this start of the red nastiness down, and then we just ended up having a great V. It's part of a V-shaped recovery, essentially. That's pretty much what it is in a nutshell, so to speak, okay? But understand that one of the reasons why people are FOMOing on in is because they know this is happening, okay? I was buying Hood all the way down, all the way here, all the way down here, and now Hood is going to move very quickly. By the time you know it, we're going to be back over $100 on Hood. Now, if their earnings fall off a cliff because of Bitcoin, that is different. SoFi is in a different boat because SoFi relies on Bitcoin, but at the same time, it does, but it also does not. SoFi, I really believe, matters a lot more on the economy and also inflation. Yes, obviously, crypto is part of, obviously, they do have crypto on their platform. Since, what has it been now? 6-7 months, I believe. They relaunched crypto. But still, we're good. Same exact thing. We could very well see SoFi very much go on a tear, and by the time you know it, SoFi is back over $25, and I'm not going to be buying any new shares. I'm currently holding over 2,000, over 22 something and some change of shares. Massive position of shares for SoFi that I own on 2 profiles, and I've been buying SoFi since February of 2024 when nobody wanted it. So understand, water cheers again. Understand that these speculative stocks, these high-risk assets, they're high risk because of the forward PE that the market's giving to them, but they're also a phenomenal growth company. Their earnings are also going to be accelerating, which, hey, I welcome pretty much buying. It's like the stock crashes, essentially, which SoFi has in the last couple months. I'm a buyer. It's very important, and I talk about this a lot, to know your PE, forward PE. When SoFi was back at $32 a share, their forward PE was ridiculous to what they were putting up on earnings. I believe they were at a 60 multiple, which is very, very high. I wasn't buying shares of SoFi. I started buying shares of SoFi at $25, and then it broke 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Multiple buys in the 15, and I believe I also got some high 14s as well too. But let me just double check right here. 6 hours. Yeah, we're just getting. This is also what really pisses me off about SoFi's analysts. They're all trash, and they come out with ratings before earnings, which is stupid. Like, how can you be an analyst and give a it's stupid. I do believe a lot of it is manipulation, because a lot of these analysts, they come from pretty much like Bank of America, SoFi's competitor. If you are a SoFi bull, congratulations. If you won, you held your position. 2, if you were buying like me. And congratulations to anyone new that has recently opened SoFi that's watching these videos. Like big congrats. And same thing with Robinhood. Now, for this YouTube channel profile, I am doing a public challenge, taking this amount to 6 figs in the course of 17 months. The challenge already started January deuces of this year. And I basically have some fun rules that set for myself. I can only deposit X amount of dollars in certain amount of time frames. So for me personally, my positions are very much rock and rolling. I've already deposited a lot. I preloaded this account all the way to, I believe, July, because I was depositing $500 per month, and I'm like, let me preload. So I'm sitting back, and there are people FOMOing on into the market. And if you are one of these, if you did not take advantage of, or let me go ahead and step back. Okay, I've been in the market now since Rona of 2020. I ended up going all in during Rona, a little bit over 6 figs, turned it into multiple 6 figs. Made life-changing money all throughout 2020, 21. I really didn't know what I was doing, though, because I just bought all the down COVID stocks. 22 was a gut check. 23, I got my ass handed to me because I was in the wrong sector. I was in the penny stock market. 24, massive recover. I was buying stock all throughout early 2024. During the election, stocks went to all-time high, ended up selling out of my trade positions. And then last year during Liberation Day, I did the same exact thing. Went all in on Liberation Day. Sold a lot of my trade positions during last summer, and basically pretty much I was underinvested in the market back in October 6 months ago, and I've been posting videos ever since. So I've learned a lot, and the one thing that I've learned is that if you missed out on, like, theoretically what could be the bottom, because first of all, these stocks are nowhere like near to recovery just yet. We got a long way to go. That's one of the reasons why so many people are FOMOing on in, is because they see that a bottom might be here. But understand that if you did not take advantage of buying opportunities in the last 4 months, the market does this time in and time in again. Okay? There's going to be another buy the dip opportunity. There's going to be more stocks out there that are going to be beaten down and phenomenal buying opportunities. So if you do want to follow me along, that's the type of content you're going to be getting. But otherwise, if you watch some of my videos from, I want to say maybe a month ago, this profile, I believe, was at like 33,000, which is pretty friggin' funny. That is how, in a snap of a fingers, quick stuff can move to the upside. So, the market's here for one reason. That's to better your life for life-changing money. But you got to know when and how to play this game. So, please take that with a grain of salt. And as always, do your due diligence. I've done mine. I'll see you all tomorrow with a brand new video. Take it easy, everyone. Later.